else is
Can I very quickly do a review of Chat Room? We haven't got a clip for this. Chat Room is a new film by Hideo Nakata, and I love Hideo Nakata. He's the guy
Remind us of the stuff he's done.
Well, he directed the original Ringu films, the Ring movies, which were then subsequently remade in the American language as opposed to the English language. And, of course, he made Dark Waters, which, for my money, was one of the very, very best horror chillers of the past 10 years or so. It's a wonderful thing which, draws references to Don't Look Now and Polanski's Repulsion, and I'm a really big fan of his. I think he's a great visual storyteller. And I went to see Chat Room in Cannes, and the story of Chat Room is based on a stage play by Enda Walsh, and it is essentially about the idea that the internet is a dangerous place. People meet in chat rooms on the internet, and nobody is who they say they are, and they say they're one person, they turn out to be somebody else. And of course, this is interesting because this is the year in which Social Network is, for many people, the best film of the year. People love the idea that Social Network has hit a zeitgeist moment. Everybody's really obsessed with this idea that you could be somebody else online. And then if you went to the cinema in the last week or so, you might have seen Catfish, which is about this guy who develops a long-distance relationship with somebody who, surprise, surprise, turns out to be not who they say they are. So we have a Hideo Nakata film about an area that I find interesting, and Aaron Johnson, who I like, Imogen Poots. I mean, it's got a perfectly decent cast, and I first saw it in Cannes, and I was bored out of my mind by it. And one of the things they do is that they have this idea that the way to portray an internet chat room is that they'll have a chat room. They have literally a room in which people come in and sit and they chat, because it's like a way of visualising the idea of the internet chat room, because as we know, in the end, an internet chat room looks like people sitting there on a computer doing this. And you look back to something like Ian Softley's Hackers, which I still think is the great underrated movie of the 1990s, which had said, OK, we're making a film about people hacking into computers. How are we going to make it visual? How are we going to make it exciting? I know, let's try and visualise the interior circuitry of the computers. I mean, it harks back somewhat towards Tron. I know I wave my hands around, but I'm explaining how the thing works. And then, it's like they have this central idea, which is, it's a chat room. Let's have a bunch of people in a room chatting. And, of course, one of them is a devious influence, and they aren't quite what they say they are. And you're going, yeah, that's a bunch of people sitting in a room chatting. And you know what? That might work as a play. But as a film, it is just completely inert. I mean, it is one of the most inert films I have seen. And I saw it in Cannes. And whilst I was watching it in Cannes, saw it in late night screening, I was really, really excited. I fell asleep. So I went back to watch it again because I thought, obviously, I haven't seen the ending. I woke up again, and I went back to watch it again. And the second time, I fell asleep again. So I had to have a third run at the damn thing. And now, having actually seen it once, but having been in the presence of it being played 3 times, I can assure you it's not as exciting as it ought to be by quite a long way.